This is Godson Pius from WordPress Technology, and we've been working on this hospital website now for a while. So we'll be continuing from where we stopped. So we actually finished the authentication of the admin. So move to admin right now. So you see that we have to log in before going into the admin dashboard. So the password and this is the email we used. Remember, it's on the admins. You see that we use james@kena.com, and then the password is test. Excellent. So now we can access our admin dashboard. All right, so quickly in this tutorial we're going to be adding doctors. This is .php. We're going to be adding doctors now to the whole application right now. So quickly, if you check the front end, when we go to doctor, you see we have all the whole doctors and with their social media handle, the name, specialty, and then the social media handle. So we're going to be filling this information right now for the doctors, and we'll get it rolling. Okay. All right, let's get started. All right, so this is our code. Okay, so I'm just going to close other tabs here. So what we need to work on now is the add doctor, right? So we need to work on the add doctor, and just the same thing we did to the first one. We'll go down to where we have the form. Okay, I think I have to work on, I have to remove the and import the header right here. Okay, so yeah, we have php require once, and we have /header.php. Okay, so let's check this out. If I refresh, all right, excellent. So we have the header right there. So let's do that as well for the footer. From here we got down. Okay, I think we need some things here for the footer. Let's see, footer. Okay, doctors.php, the app, multi-select, responsive, this. We just need the form and this guy and the text area. Okay, doctor.php. Let's see. Okay, we're just making use of the text area, so we don't really need all this plugin right here. Okay, so let's remove that. If it gives an issue, then we add it back, right? So just cut and let's test this out. PHP require once, ink, footer.php. So refresh. Okay, excellent. So everything is working really fine now. So this is our form, and we need to add the name attributes to them so it can enable us get the values in PHP, right? So this is the name, f name, the name for the last name is l name. Okay, I think we've already handled this. name phone, and specialty, the name. Okay, this here for the specialty, the name will be specialty. Okay, then right here Facebook link will be Facebook. Okay, we didn't really finish it. We are here. Then password here, the name for the password, we need to add a name. Okay, let's add the name attributes. Here we have password, and then over here we add another name attribute. So this will be C pass confirm password, right? Then here will be about. Okay, we don't need this check me here, we don't need this guy over here. Then the submit will have a name of submit. Excellent. Okay, so with this name attribute, PHP can actually get the values of these inputs, right? Remember we dealt with that in form handling.php, a tutorial we made as well, so you can go check it up if you're still confused about forms, right? So this will be empty, and we're going to make use of a method called post. Yeah, we're going to make use of post here. Okay, so another thing we notice that we have the Facebook link, the Twitter, the Google, and then the Instagram, but in the form here we only have the Facebook link, right? So let's just add how many more? One, two, three more. Okay, so down here we'll copy this, copy. Here we paste, paste. All right, three. So here we change this to Instagram. Here we change this to Instagram. Of course, this will be I. We'll change to enter Instagram. This. Okay, and then here we have Google. So just change this to Google over here. Google, Google, Google. And then what other one? Twitter. Okay. So we have the Twitter. And then here we have Twitter, 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 Twitter. Oops. Copy this, change the email to Facebook, and change this to Facebook as well. Alright. Alright, so great. Now we have the Facebook link, Twitter, Google, and Instagram, then the password. Okay, so now let's work on the functionality of this form. Let's go create a function that we get all the input of this form and then post it to the database. So we did something similar. In the login.php, whereby we had a parameter here. So this parameter will be replaced by the super global uh, variable, right? So we're going to have this same parameter, we're going to have this same global link, and then we'll have these two guys. The errors here is for saving any error that will be encountered during or filling the form. And then the extract post here, I actually explained this function to you guys in our last video. So if you've not yet seen that, please go ahead and and view the tutorial. Alright, so for now we'll leave the register for now. So we'll create another function quickly. Yeah, so we'll create another function and then we'll call this add doctor. Oops. Okay, so it's going to take the super variable parameter, right? And then over here we're gonna import, like bring in the link variable, and here we're gonna have errors will be equals to an array, and then here we'll extract post. Okay, so right now let's do the work. So say if not empty, so if not what is empty, so we get the name attribute, the value of the name attribute, which is f name. After f name we get l name. After l name, the name attribute we get email. After email, the main attribute we get phone, right? So that is what we'll be doing now. So the first one here is f name, so we'll go with if not empty $sign f name, right? Then we say $sign first name. So this is a variable. We want to save that value, the value we are getting from this input. We want to save it to this first name variable, right? Then we say first name. All right, I'll sanitize first of all, right? Remember, we made use of this sanitize here, and we had that in the helpers.php. So this actually helps us uh, strip off HTML tags that will be in our input. That's so when the person is typing, like, and then he mistakenly or purposely putting this kind of tag, so that sanitize helps us to remove these tags and help our application become safe. Okay, then we say sanitize fname. All right, else errors is equals to please, or say first name cannot or can't be empty, or just say first name is empty. Excellent. All right, then we'll just have to copy this, paste. So the next form here is the L name. Okay, the next input is the L name, so change this to L name, which is the last name. So this will be last name is equals to sanitize, blah blah. Then we have this last name here. Okay, so we'll copy it. So the next input after the last name is the email. Okay, so let's do this very fast. Okay, all right, so we have to this point now the Instagram link. I have to the Instagram link, so we're going to be doing the password together. After the Instagram we have the password, so right here we'll do this password. Let's do it in the confirm. After we're done with the confirm, so you can say password is empty. Okay, so let's continue with it. Then here we have confirm password. Now say confirm your password. Then we also have the about, right? So we have the about. So we have the about doctor is empty. So we need to check if this confirm password and password matches, right? So if it matches, then we now encrypt the password and save it to the database. If it does not match, we send a message back to the user saying the password does not match. Okay, so we can achieve that by saying if password is strictly equal to confirm password, then we're going to be encrypting this. So we're going to call this okay, I'm going to say user pwd. Pwd, that is the password. User password is equal to sha1. So then we can pick any of these two to actually encrypt. So we can pick the confirm password sha1. Great. Else, of course, that is an error. Then we'll say password do not match. Alright, so we have the whole value from our form right here now. So what we need to do is say if not errors, that's if we didn't encounter any errors, then we have SQL is equal to insert into the table. So which table are we inserting into? We insert into the doctors table, right? So say insert into doctors. Okay, now this bracket here demands us to put the columns we want to really insert these data into. So doctors, so I want to insert into full name, specialty, email, phone, and the rest, right? So we need to actually add some columns here. So let's add some columns here now. So where is that? We go to structure. Then we're adding 3 columns after the email. So go. So we're going to be adding the Facebook link, and this will be voucher. So let's make this 150. So we're going to be adding the Twitter, and this will be voucher. Okay, so let's add. We're going to be adding the Google. Oh, we missed the count. So we're going to be adding one more. So let's save this. So let's add one more column after no, after Google, and the name will be Instagram, of course. Voucher 150. So let's save. All right, awesome. So we have these columns in our database. So let's go back to our code. So here we say insert into these columns whatever be the value that the user has provided. So we can't add the ID because already we made the ID to be auto increment. So it keeps adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It just keeps adding to itself that way. So each column that comes in, it adds 1 to the ID. Each column that comes in, so we call it the doctor's unique ID because you can't have the same ID repeated twice. Okay, so right here we start from the full name, specialty. So yeah, so full name, comma, the specialty, comma, the email, the Facebook, what else? Twitter, Google, Instagram. So Twitter, Google, Instagram. Oops. Okay. What else? Phone. Oops. Here's our password. Okay, so let's add one more column. Um, After phone, click on go. So we add password. Make this varchar. I'll make this. Let's make this 200 because of our encryption. Alright, so after the phone we have the password. Alright, so once this is done, still within this string here, so we're gonna have values. So right now I want to add the values of these columns, right? So we say values within this that's the single quotes here, right? Everything is still within this double quotes. Okay, so the values now, each value will be in a single quote, each value will be in a single quote, each value will be in a single quote. So you get that. So the full name will be f name. Okay, okay, so I think we're gonna do this way. Full name is equal to f name, l name. Excellent. So we just join that together, the first name and then the last name. So this is the way you concatenate in PHP, and this is a string. Okay, so here full name will be full name, then the specialty will be specialty. Remember we had that here, so go up. Yeah, so you see we have the specialty variable over here. Okay, so next on our list is the email. So you see we have the email variable over here. Okay, and then next up on our list is the Facebook. So you should also look at the variable you saved the value to, right? Here I made it of Facebook, the same name. Here I made it of Twitter, I made it of Google, the same name. So you need to cross check your variables before adding it to this column over here. So we have Facebook, then we have Twitter, and then here we have Google, and then here we have Instagram, and then here we have phone. Oops, I forgot my dollar sign. Okay, so here we have phone, and then we have so we're going to make use of this user password, the encrypted one, right? So you won't want to make use of the password we just saved here because it's going to be plain. So we're going to make use of the encrypted password and then save it to our database. Excellent. Alright, so once we have this query, the next thing now is to query the database. So say query is equals to make use of the function mysqli query. So this takes in two major arguments. That is the first one, which is the link. Remember, this link is coming from our db.php. That is the variable holding the value to our connection to our database and then to our app. So this is actually the link connecting our database and then our application. So over here it takes in that link, and the second argument it takes in is the SQL query, that is this. So here we have link and then SQL. Then we'll say if query. That means if querying the database was successful, that's what we're actually doing here. If query sorry, return true, else return false. Okay, now if there was error, so we'll return errors. Okay, so guys, this is the function for adding our doctors, right? So if there was an error, so we just return errors. So let's quickly look at this in the front end. So remember we have this name attribute here, right? Name. So over here we have PHP. So we have to require ones. So we need to require the config folder slash db.php. Okay, db.php. Yeah, I think we had that. We had the same thing on the login. Exactly. So you see it. Okay, please, if you not yet watched the authentication, please go back, watch it, so to make more sense. All right, so here we have, we say if is set, $_ remember I'm making use of the post method. Then here the key here is the submit. So this submit is actually we are getting the name here, right? So if it says submit, they'll say response is equals to the function we just created right now, so which is add doctor. We'll just copy add doctor. This expects an argument, which is the $_post here now. Okay, so say if response is strictly equals to true, then let's just have something here. Yeah, of course you can write in JavaScript today, PHP. Okay, so say alert doctor was added. So just copy this and say else failed to add. All right, so let's quickly test this out. I'll come back to this place, refresh, and then put in name, email. Let's add the phone number here. Right. So we can do this. This can be the Facebook name, Twitter. Okay, let's just have some random links here. Later on we can work on making this also. So we can get the real link later on and replace it. So password can be test as well. Test. He is a good doctor. So let's submit. Excellent. You see that doctor was added, right? Okay, so if we go back to our database and we refresh this, whoa, so we have those details entering into our database. You notice the password is encrypted. We have all of our details being saved in the database. Excellent. So in the next tutorial we have the all doctors. Oops, so we need to go to PHP. So we have the all doctors here, so we're going to be fetching all the doctors in our database and be showing it here. And as well, we can now actually write the functionality for these doctors.php here. So let's finish off for the admin part and then we'll move over to the front end. Alright, this video is getting too long. Thank you for sticking with me to this time of the video. See you in our next tutorial. Please, if you're not subscribed, do it to subscribe, hit the like button and share our videos. Thank you.